Monday. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Caitlin McKegg. I'm a real estate broker here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. If this is your first time to my channel, make sure you subscribe. I post new videos every Monday and Friday. I give a real estate market update every Monday, which is what I'm doing today. And on Fridays, I typically post something about Phoenix or Phoenix real estate, home tours, neighborhood tours, or just tips in general. So if that's interesting to you, make sure you subscribe. I am coming to all of you guys today from my computer, doing something a little bit different because I wanted to be able to share my screen and some data from the Cromford report to show you what I'm seeing on my end and give you some visuals of all of this stuff rather than just talking through it. So it'll be a little bit different today, hopefully a little bit better so you can see what I'm looking at. So let's talk about it. So first of all, last week after my video, I had quite a few comments about from people saying that prices are not going up, they're actually going down. And I can't find any data to support that from the MLS. And I'm thinking that maybe we are talking about either different things or looking at it differently. So first of all, price decreases can be considered list price decreases. And so maybe that was something that some of you were thinking. If a listing price is sitting at $400,000 and the seller cuts their price to $395,000, that would be a list price reduction, or you could consider that a price decrease on the listing price. But when I talk about prices increasing, I'm talking about sales prices. So closed sales of closed homes that have a higher value today than they did last month or 6 months ago or a year ago. So you can look at this information from the standpoint of month over month or year over year sales prices. But usually when I'm talking about price increases, I am talking about annual year over year price increases. So a house today sells for $350,000, but last year at this time it would have sold for $300,000, for example. So I wanted to take you through what I'm able to see in the Cromford report that supports what I've been sharing, and hopefully this helps everyone understand where I'm coming from when I'm talking about price increases. Also, just want to mention, Cromford Report is the subscription that I follow. They analyze all the MLS data on a daily basis and provide this information to their subscribers. I do subscribe for all of this info so I can be educated on what's going on in the market and share it with my clients, and or come onto YouTube and share it with all of you. So let's jump in. Let me make myself small here. How cool is that? Okay. So let's talk about this first graph here. This is the average list price per square foot. This is as of October 25th, and we are looking at the list price per square foot. So that's one way to measure it. I'm going to show you another way as well. But you can see here, the red line is the sales price dollar per square foot. Now, we have had some fluctuation over the year or over the last few months, but generally we are higher in terms of our price per square foot now than we were in the beginning of the year. So, or even that's just in August. So you can see from here to there, prices have increased when you measure at the sales price per square foot. Now, like I said, there has been some fluctuation, but it really hasn't been very significant. And when they're measuring this on a weekly basis, of course, you're going to get kind of an ugly graph that shows a lot of variation because things change week over week. So let me show you something else. Okay, and you lost my face, but that's okay. You can still hear me. So this is the annual median sales price, and this is looking at the median price on October 30th, 2021, as compared to the median sales price of October 30th, 2020. So here we are today, 376, and at the beginning of the year, we were sitting at 315. Again, price increases there. The same has happened the last 2 years in 2019 and 2020, but you can see this is a much less of a sloped line here. We did not have quite as significant increases in our prices the last 2 years as we have this year. So this year has really gone up. Again, a little bit of fluctuation week over week. They're not always ticking upward, but generally the trend has been upward for our annual median sales price. Okay, so every week I talk about the market index, and I'm back. This is what I'm talking about, and I figured it would be good for me to show you this visual as well, rather than just talking about the market index verbally. So for those of you who are new, the Cromford Market Index is an indicator that they've created using a mathematical equation that helps us understand supply and demand factors in our market. And it also is a predictor of future price appreciation. So any number that is over 110 on this scale means that we're in a seller's market because our supply is less than our demand. And any number that is less than 90 means that we're in a buyer's market because our supply outweighs the demand. So that's where they're coming from with all of this. Today we're sitting at 345.8. That's not much different from the last few weeks. There really hasn't been any big changes with this, but 345.8 is very much higher than 110. Therefore, we are in a very strong seller's market. So that's what that means. When we look at the demand index, this is measuring a similar thing, but it's just for demand. So if 100 is your balance or your normal, we are 20.7% above normal for demand. When you look at supply, we're at 34.9. Again, if 100 is normal, then we're sitting at 65% below normal on our supply. So our supply cannot meet the demand, therefore it increases prices. It increases this number here to be further into a seller's market and thus increase prices because you have so many people wanting something that is not available for everyone that wants it. So people start to pay more. So that is the CMI for this week. I also wanted to show one other visual, and I'm going to leave my head off of here just so you can see this whole graph. So the Cromford Market Index, this is the same thing, measuring that number. So the black line is the CMI. You can see where we peaked at 511 back in March. And here is where we're at today, around 349. So that black line, if you follow the black line, that is where the Cromford Market Index has gone over time. This is showing all the way back to 2001. And then the blue bars are our annual appreciation. So you can see here that these blue bars are following the same pattern as the black line. The black line always moves in that direction first, and then the blue bars follow. So this is why we can say that the CMI is a predictor of price appreciation, because this is exactly what it does. We see where the CMI goes, the blue lines follow. So this is going down over here, right? So this is the CMI has gone down now appreciation has gone down. And maybe this is one of the areas of confusion. Maybe this is something that people are reading and getting it confused with price decreases. But our appreciation is going down. Yes, it is less than it has been before. It's less than it was months ago, but that doesn't mean our prices are going down. It just means that our significant gains in price increases year over year are getting a little bit smaller. So right now we're sitting at, let's see, what does this say? 27% annual appreciation. That's okay. Our normal amount of appreciation is about 5%, like 3 to 5%. So 27% appreciation is nuts. And I think I have to click off my face again here, but yeah, 38%, 32, 38% at the height of this CMI. That's a lot of annual appreciation. So yes, appreciation rates have gone down. That I don't want that to be confused with prices going down, because prices are not going down. It's our annual appreciation. When you look year over year, that amount of gain might be smaller, but our prices today are still higher than they were last year. So I hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to share misinformation or steer anyone in the wrong direction. This is purely where I get my information, and what I choose to share with you guys is everything that I know, because I just want to help everyone that is trying to understand what's going on in the market, because I have the knowledge and I'm able to follow all of this info to help myself. So anyway, that's it. I hope that's helpful to clear things up. And if you have any questions, you can always comment below or reach out to me. All my contact info is in the description. You can also set up a time to chat with me if you are looking to buy or sell real estate in Phoenix. And let me know what you think of this new format. Is this cool? Should I do this more often? Should I show these visuals and do this on my computer? If I do, I'll have to find a way to do this from my car, because you all know I'm in my car so often. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all following, and I will be back later this week. Have a great week.